How is the American media and how are strategic affairs experts in Washington reading the fact that Osama bin Laden was found alive inside a military garrison? Does that to people in America indicate Pakistan's connivance and support in keeping Osama alive?
I think, as your guest has said, there's a widespread belief, and of course, there are obvious exceptions to this, that Pakistan has not been fully cooperative. Now, of course, there's enough of a cooperation, and the U.S. is really in a sort of a delicate situation. It wishes to see Pakistan being stable and does not want to see even this event destabilizing Pakistani government. But on the other hand, as we've seen over the last year, and particularly the last visit by Admiral Mullen, there's some unhappiness with Pakistan. So I think it does not surprise people. The weight of the opinion right now here still is that Pakistan is a reluctant ally. It's not a wholehearted supporter. But there's also a somewhat of an understanding of the Pakistani government position, which is itself not a very secure government, I can say.
Okay.
So it is a very difficult position for the Americans. President Obama's statement was very carefully worded, not to blame Pakistan. But at the same time, the news reports that's coming out today fairly clearly indicate that the operation was done, kept from ISI, and kept from the... Now, how it was done, why it was done, and as one of the Pakistani guests said, looks quite implausible that ISI would not know. These are all questions which I think we'll know in the next coming weeks on what has happened.
And we'll continue to track it. I want very brief concluding comments from all our guests, and we'll start with Mr. Casey saying, what does the death of Osama bin Laden mean for this global war against jihad?
Look at Al-Qaeda as a three-tiered organization. There was the core, there are the immediate affiliates, and then there are the foot soldiers. At the core were Zawahiri and bin Laden. Now, bin Laden's personality is entirely different from Zawahiri's. Bin Laden was an inspirational figure. He was a figure who was charismatic. He could carry the whole group with him. Zawahiri can't. So therefore, at the core, you are going to have a lot of dissension. Then you come to the affiliates. There are two major affiliates. One is the Al-Qaeda of the Arabian Peninsula, which is located in Yemen. And the second is Al-Qaeda of the Islamic Maghreb, which was covering the Maghreb. Now, Maghreb is in itself in a turmoil, and that is largely non-functional because we are finding other avenues of expression. But Yemen is where it is lodged. And then there are the foot soldiers. And then you have Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan and the Pakistani groups, which off and on, issue-based, would have worked with Al-Qaeda or not worked with Al-Qaeda. Therefore, it's up for grabs. The center has imploded. I don't think Zawahiri will have the inspirational ability to keep it together. No detailed instructions were anywhere going, but there was that cementing personality at the center, the idea of jihad. And I think that is very badly hurt.
Okay, Mr. Raman?
The group will find it very difficult to really grow.